Oh, wait, it's not green. Hold on.
Ooh, good catch. Good catch.
I got it.
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
I wasn't screaming in the mic as much. Like, I haven't been.
You have been less screamy.
Less screamy, yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
You're getting more comfortable, I guess.
I'm just like telling myself to keep the mic a little bit lower.
Yeah, and you're not doing this anymore either.
Yeah. True.
There were episodes where you weren't even talking and you were just holding it like this.
That's why I got so much of my breathing. No, these mics just, I don't know, they're good, I guess.
That was you
They're
holding
good,
it
I
like this
guess.
and going,
I don't breathe like that.
yeah.
No.
You did when I was telling the scary story. Because you were like, yeah,
Maybe it was,
that,
it's like
'cause it
a
was
sigh,
scary.
yeah.
It was,
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
All right, everybody.
What
Welcome back. Episode 7, or as my niece used to like to say, Sezzy, and I can't not say 7 that way when I see it ever since then. She's like 20-something now. I still say Sezzy. I love it. Okay. But if you didn't already know, which, like, if you don't know, something's clearly wrong with you, this is a very cool podcast. Episode Sezzy.
Yes.
That's a lucky number, isn't it?
That's one of my favorite numbers.
It's your favorite number?
Not my favorite.
Wait, how many favorite numbers do you have?
Probably 3.
What are they?
11, 7, and 3. And 1.
Okay, how many are there?
Probably 4. 5.
What's the
4. my only even, I like 22. 20, not 22.
20 also.
Yes. 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 But my favorite number is 11.
Interesting. I like 1111.
Mm-hmm.
That's a manifesting number.
Oh, yeah.
So when I
Got
see
that
it,
tatted on me.
where?
It's on my clock. It points to 11:11.
What? That's sick. Wait, can you show it to them?
Yeah.
Show to people.
I don't know
You
if they
see
can
it? Do you guys see it? We'll zoom it in. I'll
Yes.
zoom it in. I'll zoom it. I don't do a lot of zooming when I edit these episodes, but I'll zoom for that. I'll zoom for that. Cool. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Shay and I had a busy week.
Yes.
We're a little frazzled, I would say. A little frazzled. So if we seem frazzly, just deal with it. Okay.
And that's why.
That's why. That's why. PP of the week? No.
Don't forget to.
I forgot.
Yeah. Don't forget to like this video if you want to see more like it, and comment down below what you want to see in the future and what you liked about this video and what you didn't like. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we post on this channel.
Let's go.
And share it with a friend.
Yeah,
so that we
always.
could get popping quicker.
Yeah. We've actually noticed that many of you have not been sharing with your friends because our numbers have not been going up as much as we would like. So,
Yeah.
if you're
That's
a true
true.
fan, you need to be sharing with your friends. If you've been following us on Instagram, I also said that however you voted on Shay's story, if you didn't vote that yes, you're going to watch our episodes, we're cutting you out of our life.
100%.
We don't care if you're family, lovers, pets, friends. We don't care. You're out if you're not watching this.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
We're cutthroat like that. We're
No mercy.
cutthroat.
No mercy.
No mercy.
Yeah.
I also, this is like the worst intro I've ever done because I forgot to talk about Build a Baddie.
Oh.
Soup's important. As you know, because you've not been living under a rock, because you're a very smart, educated, intelligent, beautiful, sexy ass person watching these episodes.
Let's go.
You know, you like that.
I was like, yeah. If I was watching it, I'd feel like
Shay
good.
loves when I go off on my on my little rants, my
Yeah.
positive rants.
Yeah.
That being said, we have been talking every single episode about the fact that we are creating a coaching membership and community. It will be launching. We thought February, but we're trying to perfect it, so it might not be February. It's
Probably
gonna
March.
be Marchish.
Yeah.
We're going for the spring fever. You feel me?
Yeah.
The spring fever. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, that being said, if you want to get notified when that program or that membership is going to be launching, you need to get on the email list. That's also linked below. We link everything below. Everything we talk about, linkies, all below. Instagrams, below. TikToks, below. Email list, below. What else? Oh, true crime episodes, below. Everything's below, okay?
True.
So just go to the link, go to the little email list one. It's going to say something like join our email list or join our newsletter. Click the little form, put your cute little email address in because I know you got a cute email address. Probably your name, or it's probably like, do you know what mine was?
What?
Okay, back in like, this is way before your time when there was AOL, America Online. Okay, good.
MySpace?
Yes.
No.
No.
Oh.
This is like a pre-generation game. Anyway, my email address for that was Gravity Bong Queen. I used to be a fat stoner. Like, fat stoner.
Like, for how long?
Let's see. My mom watches this. Okay.
My mom does too.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't care.
My mom's more chill. Yeah. My mom's chill now, but at the time was not chill with me smoking the marijuanas. And I think I started at like 14. So I got a lot of trouble in high school. And then I stopped in like 2020, maybe 2021.
Okay.
So that's a pretty long time.
Yeah.
14 to, I can't do math. Don't ask me.
14, yeah.
14 to 36.
Yeah, 36.
Okay, nailed it. Period. Anyway,
Okay.
long time. But yeah, I loved the Gravity Bong. Loved
You
it.
like had one?
No, my friends and I were ghetto. We would like cut, like you get like a liter soda bottle and you cut it in half. I'm like telling people how to do this now. You cut it in half and then you take the cap, you take the cap off and you put a hole in it and then you put some kind of like bowl mechanism. So like, I don't know, we would just get like some little like metal piece that could still, like you'd put the weed on the metal piece, but you want it to still be able to like pull through. And then basically, how did we light that shit? Fuck, I'm forgetting how we did it. I think you just lit it, and then because it was in the water, like, because then you submerge the half piece in the water.
Oh.
I'm gonna try to find a picture on the internet,
Yeah,
see if somebody like ghetto rigged it like this. But you would light it, the bowl, and then as you lit it, you'd start it submerged as much as possible, and then you would pull it up and it would fill with smoke, and then you took the cap off and then you would hit it like that. And when you hit it, you push down so the water would it was intense.
Yeah, that's intense.
My mom's gonna remember I like passed out in front of her on my friend's driveway. Oh, I got in so much trouble. So that was like my first Gravity Bong experience. It was pretty bad. And then I got so obsessed I made it my email. So it's a really long tangent to join our email list.
Yeah.
With our coaching membership.
Gravity
We
Bong.
won't you can smoke weed if you want, but that's not like part of it. We won't judge you. We won't judge you if you do.
Yeah.
But gosh,
No
that was really
judgment coming
long.
from me.
Yeah. I actually, when I learned how to handstand, I was like really high all the time. I would like eat edibles and go to the gym. Mm-hmm. And then I also would hit my vape in the locker room. Mm-hmm. All right, this was a really long tangent.
Yeah, it is.
So, back to what I tried to jump to way too soon.
Pet peeve.
Pet peeve of the week.
Whoop, whoop. It's mine.
It's yours.
Okay. Okay, I have it. I don't even have to look at my phone. I
Love
know
that.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Wait, I was like thinking of one and I was like, wait, no, that's the one I said last time.
Oh, shoot. She
So,
almost repeated herself.
I almost said, see, now I'm losing it again.
You can check your phone. There's no shame
No,
in
no,
it.
I got it. Okay.
She's back. She's back.
Here we go. Okay, let me say it before I get it, guys. Before I forget it. Okay, it's really simple. It's when strangers stand too close to me.
I don't like that.
No place is it acceptable. Like, even if in a crowded place, like, just, give me my bubble, give me my space, and you stay in your own space.
What about when you go to a concert?
Well, I've been to one concert, quite literally. So, I've been to two concerts. One of them was like a seated situation, so it was
that okay?
like, that was fine.
Yeah.
But the other one was like general admission, and everybody was like pushing and shoving and stuff.
I hate
and
that.
yeah, that was like almost a fight so many times. So because I don't like it. Like, get away from me. I don't know you. I definitely don't want to, feel your hot breath on me or your fingers touching me. Absolutely not.
Remember last week, I don't want to say it all, but when I was doing that thing last week and I was messaging you about it and there was that guy. Okay, so at one point I got up to leave the room that we were in and I could tell that, like, we were all leaving at the same time and I could tell that he wanted to, like, I don't know, like, try to catch up to me, maybe to, like, talk to me or something. This dude was, like, checking me out in this place I was at. That's for whatever reference. I was not interested. That's fine. Anyway, so I was getting up to leave this room and I could tell he was trying to find an opportunity to, like, talk to me or something. So he, like, I had to walk by him to get out of the room and he, like, kind of jumped up right behind me. And when I got to the door of exiting the room, in my peripheral, I saw him, like, inches behind me. And he wasn't trying to be creepy. I think, sometimes some people, like, they don't know, like, how to flirt or, like, what's appropriate. Like, all they know is, like, they want to try to shoot their shot and they're just, like, it's almost kind of desperate. And I'm not trying to make fun of the person. I just mean, like, some people, they're kind of awkward, right?
Yeah, for sure.
When it comes to those kind of situations.
Yeah.
So I don't think he realized that he was uncomfortably, like, too close to me, but yeah, it kind of freaked me out when I'm going to open the door and I see, like, right here that he's, like, right behind me, like, probably could smell me, like, he probably could. And I don't wear scents, but that's how close you would have to be to be able to smell me. Anyway, that's kind of a weird tangent, but it made me think of the personal space thing that you're talking about, because like, that's where I was just like, if this kind of behavior continues, I might punch this dude, because I don't like that. It has nothing to do with anything else other than that part.
Yeah, just being too close.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's a simple one, but yeah, it happens so often. I'm like...
And some people don't have, like, spatial awareness. And they're, like, hella close. And you're like, bro, can you just back up, like, a foot?
Even when they're talking to you. Like, yeah.
Have you ever been in a situation where that was happening and you kind of, like, try to discreetly step back and they keep meeting you?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, I don't know what to do. I'm in panic mode.
Yeah. I've literally had that happen to me.
That's the worst.
Yeah. And you think you're, like, doing it
like
subtly.
A little shuffle.
Yeah. And they're catching up to you. Yeah.
It's the awkwardest thing. You're like, I'm panicking.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Oh, man. Well... Do you have any stories about that?
Not specific ones that I can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can happen a lot of places, like public situations, anywhere.
Literally anywhere.
Yeah.
I just like my bubble. I like my little space.
Yeah. Makes sense. It's fair. It's valid.
Yes.
Attention, everyone. I am now going to share my hot take.
Not formal at all. Oh my god.
Hear, hear.
Yeah.
Hear, hear. Everyone, look at me. I have something to say. Okay, no, but for real. My hot take of the week is I love dipping my pizza in mayonnaise.
I can't unhear that.
It's so good.
Oh, first off, I hate mayonnaise. It's my least favorite food.
I love it.
It's probably like my least favorite thing.
Why?
The taste, the texture,
that laugh and frown was like, isn't it obvious? Isn't it fucking obvious, Christy? All right, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Pizza.
You don't like the taste?
Mayonnaise?
It's so good, like pepperoni pizza.
I thought you were gonna say ranch, and I was like,
no, everybody loves pizza and ranch, and if you don't, you're fucking weird. It's good.
Mayonnaise?
It's
Why?
not
How
that
did you even
far.
try it? How did you even try that?
An ex-boyfriend who was a Michelin-starred chef, surprisingly enough, because you probably wouldn't have guessed that.
Chef.
Yeah, he was a good chef, but he we got a pizza one night and we were going back to his apartment and he didn't have ranch and I was like, I love dipping my pizza in ranch. And he was like, no, well, I think I got confused. We were kind of drunk and like he said something about like making ranch, or I thought that's what I heard. But really what he meant was he had a substitute that he felt like was better. So it wasn't just mayonnaise. It's going to sound grosser as I start to share.
Yeah.
But it was like mayonnaise and then like, and this isn't all mixed together. It's like you put it on how you want. So it was like mayonnaise and pepperoncinis, which I actually love pepperoncinis.
I like pepperoncinis.
Yeah, so pepperoncinis. Because we just got like, I think we just got like a, well, I wasn't eating meat at the time. So we probably got like a combo and then like, I don't know why I'm telling you what pizza I got. It doesn't fucking matter. The point is, I wanted a dipping sauce, right?
Right.
And then same reaction when he told me mayonnaise. I was like, bro, this date is over. No, I was just like, ew. And he's like, no, don't knock it till you try it. Don't knock it till you try it. And I was like, all right, trust food. So he had the Best Foods mayonnaise. The Best Foods. And that's what we used. And I tried it, and I was like, yo, low-key, delicious.
No.
And guess what else? I have put multiple other people on to pizza and mayonnaise. Every single one of them had your reaction and your reaction, because I know y'all were like, ew, out there. Don't knock it till you try it. That's all I got to say.
Oh, that's just a
It's
hard
fire.
no. That's a hard pass.
Fire. All right, what do you dip your pizza and stuff?
Honestly, no. Not
You're
really.
a pizza dipper.
Not really.
That's weird.
I used to dip it in, now this might sound weird. Maybe it won't. Sriracha.
I don't love the idea, but, you know, I get the hot sauce vibes.
Yeah, I wanted hot sauce. It's like a little thicker hot sauce, so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got a special, like, kick to it, too.
For sure.
But yeah, hot sauce and pizza is,
It's good. Don't knock it till you try it.
I'm knocking. Just like you.
I don't like mayonnaise, so like even if I
See, and that's the thing is I didn't either. And that actually made me like mayonnaise after that. Like, I'll put it on a sandwich. Not like crazy. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to like slather it and everything. But I do put it on like sandwiches now. I like it. I like it on my burgers and stuff like that. Like on the buns. On the buns.
people will put mayonnaise like on something for me, and I'll immediately be able
Shay
to say
throws it in the garbage while making eye contact.
basically, yeah. I'm like, why would you give this to me? Yeah. Mayonnaise is a 0 for me.
I love it now. I got this one the other day, or not the other day. Like, you know, mayonnaise lasts a while, so like I bought it a while ago because it just lasts forever. Yeah. I got one that was made with avocado oil instead of olive oil. You're not going to care about this at all. It's delicious. That's all I have to say. Avocado oil mayonnaise.
Let us know if you
Fire.
like mayonnaise.
And
I'm
let us know
wondering.
if you've ever dipped your pizza in it. And if not, what do you like to dip your pizza in? So you have a lot of homework.
And if you're going to try dipping your pizza in mayonnaise.
Please do it. Dude, seriously, do not knock it till you
I'm
try
not
it.
gonna try it.
I have had multiple people try it, and they're like, dude, you were right. I was wrong. I love you forever. Marry me. And I was like, I can't marry all of you. You know, it's been a long... I like my simple...
No.
That really happened.
No.
So, today, we're going to tell the story of how we met. Yay! The crowd goes wild. Okay. The energy is just up.
Yes.
And
our first impressions of each other.
Oh, just had to squeeze that in really quick. Yeah. There's no time. Not enough time. Yes, that's exactly it. So, do we want to share each, like, how we came to Bodyworks? Like a quick little...
Sure. Sure. I mean, I was already there.
I know, that's what I mean, though, because your story's a little different because there was a different location and stuff.
Oh. Okay.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, we
should
can
I
do
go
that.
first or should you go first? Because you have more history
Just
of the yim itself.
Yeah. I can go first.
You go first. Just like
Alright.
a couple, a little quick.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, all right.
Yeah, don't start like when you were born.
Yeah. So I came out of my mom. Yeah.
Just a quick little 1-minute flash of your life history with bodywork.
Okay.
Bodywork.
1 minute flash. All right. So Tyler's like a brother to me. So
Wait, who's Tyler?
all right. Well, I started going to Bodyworks way back when it was Alpha Fitness Clubs, which was owned by Tyler, who is like a brother to
Tyler
me.
Parr. Shout out to the homie.
Shout out Ty. Always shouting him out.
We gotta shout him out.
He's the best.
Yes.
And I joined his gym way back. Oh God, I don't know the days and the dates.
What
or the
year?
years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're not even that old to be forgetting this kind of stuff.
It was the gym that was on 5th Street. In
Downtown
our town.
Eureka
Downtown
town.
Eureka, yep. And then he moved to Harris by a gas station, and I was also there in that gym. And then we moved to the gym we're at now. So, and I think it was even in a gym before that first gym that I was at. But I was never a part of that.
Did you start as a member of the gym?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I started as a member.
I love how Lily is turning into Shay's dog. Like, oh, I love it. She loves you. Lily loves Shay. She loves her friends, all her friends. She loves the Bodyworks family, and she's
So
tight with
much.
them. Yeah.
So much.
Yeah, so cute. Oh my gosh, just love it.
She's so cuddly.
I know, she's a little snuggle girl. All right, so
Yeah, so
but you've known Tyler forever.
I've known Tyler literally since I was born.
Yeah.
So
So he's like a brother to you.
he's like my bigger brother, my
Yeah.
older brother. And yeah, so I started as a member at that first gym in downtown Eureka. And then by the time we moved to the next gym on Wabash, I had a different job working at the casino at the time, one of the local casinos, as a table games dealer. And I decided I wanted to be a personal trainer at that point. So in that gym on Harris, I started shadowing Tyler. And by the time we moved to the gym we're at now, I became a personal trainer.
Love.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know it was pronounced Wabash. Do you know how I like to say it?
What?
Wabash.
Wabash.
Like you go Wabash.
It's Wabash.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, so I was a personal trainer.
yeah. And I wanted you to share your part first because I feel like the gym had history of different locations. And like when I came in, I found the current location because it's so close to where I live here. And yeah, so I had been going to a different gym before I got in my car accident a year and a half ago. I know I haven't really talked about that on this show, but a lot of you, if you've been following my Instagram, you probably know about it already. Long story short, I was out of the gym for like 8-ish months, maybe it was longer than that, whatever. For whatever reason, I had my gym membership on hold, but for whatever reason, I was like, you know what, let me like shop around a little bit. Like, do I want to go back to that same gym? There was no reason I didn't want to go, but at the same time, I was like, let me just shop around. And then my Instagram circulated an ad of Bodyworks Alpha Annex, and I was like,
sick.
what's this little jam? And it was doing like a new member special for $20 hairs a month, and I was like, excuse me?
Still that price, by the way,
Hey,
people.
still that price, by the way.
Come
Okay.
sign up.
Yeah, it's a great gym. Has everything you could want and more. And
Great
more.
environment, great people.
Best environment. So yeah, so I saw the $20 a month and I was like, that's easy to say go there because the other gym I was paying was like $70 a month. So I went to sign up, and the day I walked in, a gray pit bull came running at full speed towards me inside the gym, and I was like, this is my place.
This is home.
The next step was Tyler walking out of the office, and he's like tatted down, and he was wearing a gold grill, and I was like, these are my people.
Yes, yes, right?
Yeah, and I mean, literally since day one, it's just been such an amazing community. Tyler and Jamila, I feel like, just have all the vibes and created this amazing community. And the funny thing was, I don't know if you know this, but I joined the gym that day, came in and trained the next day. And Tyler, he's been doing this for such a long time that he likes to vet new members no matter what. Just because you want to make sure when you are cultivating a great community that you're only letting in the best people that align with that community.
Especially when you're a 24-hour gym. You're not going to be there all the time.
Exactly. So I didn't know that this was part of his process, but after the second day, he had found my Instagram and saw that I was a coach as well in training. And then him and Jamila asked if I wanted to start teaching classes there. And I was like, oh my gosh, I only had been there a member for 2 days. And then they asked me to teach classes. So I was really stoked.
So cool.
And that got me to get to meet all the coaches that were currently training there. And Shay was one of them.
Yeah.
She'd already been coaching for like a year, right? Or close to it?
Close to it, yeah.
And so that leads to first impressions.
True, yeah. Yep.
I don't know if I saw you in that first like week. I don't know.
No, because I feel like every other trainer knew you before I did.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I felt like I was like, oh.
I knew of her.
I didn't know you were like a trainer. I thought you were just a member.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I first met you.
Okay. So I knew of you because obviously I got given like the brochure that all the members get given.
Yeah.
And Tyler had pointed out like who was still coaching there that was on that brochure and who wasn't. And it took me a while to get to meet Ross because like I think our schedules didn't align at first. And then I would see you around. And I remember the first thing was I was like, dude, her name's hella cool. Dorshayla. If you didn't know, that's Shay's full name.
Yeah,
but she goes by Shay.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was cool. And then also, if you haven't seen the brochure, I'll put a photo up, but Shay's Jackiana. And I was like, whoa, this coach. She's like a bad little bitch. But I felt like that about all the coaches too. Because like Ross is Jack, Tyler's Jack, Jamila's Jack. And I was like, this is a crazy cool team to like get to be on board with. Right. But yeah, I guess my very, very, very first impression was through the brochure. I didn't even know anything else about you. But I was just like, damn, like everyone here like goes hard. And I was like, dang. And you thought I was a member. Well, I was, technically.
Yeah. I don't remember, like, first time, like, we met or whatever, but I remember thinking that you were just a member there.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe when you were.
Probably, because, like, I did start teaching. It took a couple weeks before we got organized to get the classes going. But I was just training there, and I was paying as a member at the time in that first month. Because I think the first class didn't start until the last week of that first. I don't remember what it was. August, maybe. And
yeah, so
did you see me training, or you just would see me around?
I think I would just see you around. Yeah. I mean, maybe I saw you training. I don't really look around.
I always wondered that because your mom had shared that, like, when she first saw me at the gym and training, she was like, is this good form? Is she, like, is
what
this
is
safe?
she doing? Yeah.
Which, sure, like, I get a lot of looks in the gym.
She saw you doing, like, chest press or something like that, and you were going past the bench, you know, and then back up, and that's things that are, like, no on.
Yeah.
But,
and probably split squats. That one always people are just like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
ATG split squats, not to be confused with if you Google split squats, it's not that. Yeah, that was funny when she told me that. I was like, I get it. And that's how I feel like a lot of people, because I also used to backwards walk a lot on the treadmills. And people are always like, what
is she doing? Like, does she know that you can turn around?
Does she know it's the other way? Yeah. It's too funny. But yeah, and then I think like one of the first times that I can remember actually talking to you a little bit was you were training your mom, but I didn't know it was your mom yet. Because you guys don't look a lot alike at first until you like get to know both of you.
Yeah.
And so I just thought it was like a client, and I'm like, oh cool, like and obviously I already knew you were a trainer there. And then I don't remember
when we were like, hey, I'm Shay, hey, I'm Christy.
Yeah, like, but like that day when I saw you training your mom, but I didn't know it was your mom yet, like you had her doing something, I don't remember what it was, and she was like kind of like you know, like when it's hard, you're just like grunt or whatever, and like she was kind of like bemoaning the exercise or something, and then I was like, oh, you're torturing her or something, and then that's when your mom was like, yeah, and she's my daughter too, and I was like, whoa, is this because is this how you treat somebody who carried you in their womb?
Yeah.
Or something like that. That was really funny. I don't know. Yeah, random conversation. But we still had not exchanged names then. In fact, I don't remember when that happened.
I like feel no, it couldn't have been the time you came up to me and asked me to be a part of the program. It had to be before that. Yeah, but that's like my first like impression. I feel like because that was our longest conversation up until.
Okay, share that. Share from your POV.
I want to say we met that day, then because.
Oh, maybe you're right.
I feel
because we did. Okay, just go with your memory. Who knows?
Yeah.
Neither of us has it clear.
Yeah,
so
I want to say like that we had just exchanged names in the gym while we were both working out that day, and then we both got done. Or
yeah,
something.
because we were leaving at the same time.
Yeah, but you were like already in your car or something because.
No, because we chatted in the gym. I think you're right that's when we properly exchanged names.
Okay.
Because we chatted in the gym because I remember we walked out together at the same time, and I was walking to my car and I was like, you should have just asked her. You should have just asked her.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that. We were walking out at the same time. And I feel like that's when we like introduced ourselves, like just like right in that.
Because you were
right
parked
while
in the
we were
parking
leaving.
lot and I was parked out front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyways, we introduced ourselves and then we leave.
She had to walk further to get to her car.
Yep.
And I went and got in mine and I kept saying to myself, just ask her. Oh, you should have just asked her. So what that was I was looking for a new client, a new like free client to train with me in person for a certification that I wanted to get. And I had been eyeballing her because I needed the person to be healthy and strong and able-bodied, but also like willing to train pretty hard. And because I had already seen what Shay's physique looked like from being a trainer and from that brochure, I was like, I feel like she'd be down if she's down to like try a new type of programming and willing to be coached. But I was nervous to ask because I didn't know her, but I knew she would be a good fit. I knew it already, but I didn't know anything about her, and I had just gotten her name that day.
Yeah.
So I got in my car, and I had to drive up the street to where she was parked to get her anyway, and I was like trying to psych myself up to ask her if she would be open to being my client for that certification, and then I like creepily pulled up on her with my window down.
Right.
And then I was like, hey, Shay. What happened there from your POV?
Well, I mean, we've
actually never discussed this. That's why we decided to do this.
Yeah. We walked out of the gym together. I'm walking to my car, and I feel like somebody
stalking you.
Kind of in a way. Like,
literally was.
I felt like I heard somebody walking up on me or something close to me. So I turned around a little bit, and then you were like right there. And you rolled, but I didn't know you were coming up to me, but you were driving like along the curb, not in the street.
And I was like, hey, do you want some candy?
Yeah.
You gotta get in the car.
And then I got in.
Your mom's like, no! What did I teach you?
No, and
so I pull up on you.
You pulled up and you rolled down the window, and I was like, "Oh, what's up?" You're like,
we just said bye.
Yeah. You were just like, "Hey, I was wondering if you." I think you asked me if I was like doing any or programming or.
Yeah, I asked if you were on a program, and you were like for training, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, are you being coached right now?
Right. Yeah, and I was like, oh no. And then
did you think that was weird?
I mean, I just was like,
because you know, like thoughts.
Why do you want to know? like I just didn't know what information.
This situation over here.
I know, so cute,
so cute. But you were just like, why do you want to know? Why are you asking me this?
Yeah, kind of like, why are you asking me this?
Before,
not annoyed or anything, just like
why?
Yeah, why?
Did you expect at all that I was gonna next be like, are you down to be coached by me?
Definitely not.
Because it's hella random.
Yeah,
right?
it felt really random.
It definitely was. Like, we literally just exchanged names.
Yeah.
Like, either inside the doors of the gym or just outside them. Neither of us
Right.
can remember, but
Right.
yeah. Yeah, and then I asked her, I was like, yeah, I'm trying to do the certification. I need a client. And I think I remember I said something, I'll never forget this actually, because I was like, I need somebody who's like, you know, strong and healthy. I was like, we're going to push some big numbers and like, it's going to be like a tough training. And I was like, I just need like a bad bitch. And Shay was like, that's me.
Yeah, I remember that.
So cute.
I remember that.
She
I
perked
remember
up.
walking
That's
away.
me.
I remember walking away thinking like, oh, I should have been like, thank you, like, for saying that. That's what your criteria was. But I was like, that's me. You know, like, just like.
Hey, that's confidence, baby. I like confidence.
Yeah.
No, that's one part I'll never forget. And I actually
Same.
thought it was really cute. I
Same.
definitely didn't
Yeah.
think, like, I can't believe she didn't thank me. Like,
Yeah.
no, I definitely didn't. No, I thought it was cool the way you responded because I was like, cool, that means she's, like, down to clown, you know? Like, so. But I think
Ask
the funny.
no questions.
That's what I was just gonna say. The part we both find the funniest is that she asked 0 questions about what the training was going to entail. 0 questions.
I was so thrown off guard, honestly.
I understand
Just
that.
like, yeah, I was like, and then when I agreed to it, I was like, what is going to happen now? Like, what
did I just agree to?
Yeah, what did I didn't ask anything.
0 questions.
I was just like, yeah, I'm down. Just like that. And then got in my car and left. Like,
And I didn't offer any explanation either, I realize now. I just was like, awesome, I'll text you later. And I didn't even
Yeah.
have her number, and I just drove away.
yeah.
So it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Super, like, just so funny because both of us didn't know each other. We were both just so willing to, like, dive into this situation.
Which is crazy, like, how it all turned out now. And, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we just
Because
had
that
no idea.
was just last October. Yeah. So November, December, January, February. That was 4 months ago.
That's crazy.
And now we're here recording the 7th episode of our podcast.
What? How?
Fastest friendship ever.
Yeah. How? Like,
Yeah, and you know, that was like one thing that was funny, and this kind of like skipping ahead, but like, so then we did connect later, and I was like, cool, like, I probably am gonna need you to like train with me for at least like 6 months, which I always like wanted to be upfront with the timeline because it's lengthy, and she was like, cool. And I was like, great. And then I'm like, how many days a week do you want me to program for? Because I didn't want to tell her like what it should be. And then you were like 4 days, and I was like, yes, like, because I didn't want it to be less than 3. I actually wanted it to be 5, but I was trying not to be pushy because it's a lot to ask somebody that you don't know. And then we said 4, and I was like, cool. And this is my favorite part, was I was like, how many times a week do you want me to like train you in person? And then how many times are you willing to just like do it on your own? And you were like, oh, once a week is good. And then I did an assessment session. I always do an assessment session with all of my clients because I don't want you to go into any of the workouts where you're not going to be with me and not have at least gone through the exercises at least once. So I do these lengthy assessment sessions where we just do a few reps and work on the form of every single exercise, which can be a lot if you're doing like 4-day-a-week programming, or even if you're just doing 2-day-a-week, like, anyway. So I was like, let's do an assessment session because we're only going to train together once a week. I think it took us like 2 hours or something because it was like 4 different workouts we had to go through. And then you text me that night and you're like, hey, so do you think you could train with me every day for at least the first few weeks?
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, like, when she said one day, I was fine with it because even if it's new stuff, like being educated as a coach, like, you can usually take on new things as long as you kind of understand the general form. But my training is very unorthodox, as we know now, and like it's a lot, there's a lot of nuance to it, and it's just so, a lot of it is so different from like what you see in traditional lifting and stuff like that. And so I was kind of like, I feel like she's gonna need me more than once a week, but like at the same time I also get that like she might just have to kind of like fumble through for a period, because everybody does anyway. I did as well.
Yeah.
To learn anything. But then when she hit me and was like, can we just do it together for the first few weeks? I was like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I think she's going to need me more than that. But anyway, so it was cool. And that actually like was great because I was going to be putting myself through the same training anyway. So it was more just a matter of figuring out the time, which we did pretty easily to like train together. And then it expanded to 5 days a week after just a couple weeks.
Yeah. And we basically became like training partners.
Yeah. Which has been great.
Yeah, it has.
It's been awesome. Because it's hard. Like, training in general is hard no matter what style you're doing. And it's like nice to kind of like suffer with someone else who gets it.
Have someone to push you to a little bit.
Exactly. And we both like hype each other up like pretty naturally. It was like really fun. But yeah, so we became training partners, and I never had that before. Like, not in consistent ways. Like, I had friends that would like.
Was my last one. Yeah.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, she is now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off and on.
Yeah. That's cute. But yeah. What was your first impression? Like how about when we did the assessment session?
Well, I was like, what is this? You know, like, what are we doing?
Because she didn't ask any questions, even up until that date. We set everything. And she still didn't ask, like, what are the exercises? Like
you know, I was just like, we'll figure it out when I get into it.
Yeah.
And I figured it out for sure. I mean, it was 2 hours, and it was just like a bunch of different stuff. It was like lower body and upper body. It was a bunch of stuff I've never done before or even seen anybody do. So it was just like completely new. But I was like, geez, she knows her stuff. Like, that was my first impression was like, she's smart. She knows.
Hers has brains.
Yeah. She knows what she's doing. And it's so funny because, like, throughout that week after we met, and everybody was kind of getting to know you still, so many of the different coaches came up to me and were like, Christy knows her stuff. Oh, and I was like, she really does. Yeah. Because it was just like, geez, like, made me want to step up my game. Honestly, and just know more. Yeah.
That's dope. That's really flattering.
Yeah.
No, that's been nice. Like, that's been something that's been really cool about Bodyworks in general is that, like, none of the coaches are competitive with each other. It's like we all give each other our props for, like, what we're all good at, and it's all different in different ways, which I think is super cool. And, like,
we've sent clients to each other. Like, there's no, like, animosity or competition.
No, and we all promote each other's stuff, whether it's classes, services, anything like that. So that's been really special. But back to my first impression from the assessment day I was like, this bitch is strong.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because, like, that stuff's not easy to take to. Like, the ATG style training, it's not easy to take to. And, like, I know when you have good instruction and it's broken down well and set up well for you, it's easier to, like, absorb information no matter what it is.
For sure.
But, yeah, I mean, like, you kind of took everything in stride. And the other thing I also picked up right away about you was, like, your work ethic. And I was like, she will show up and do the work. Like, one thing about Shay is she'll, like, never complain about doing the work. Yeah. But if I'm like, dude, let's skip this today, she's like, please.
Yeah, for real.
That's like, I feel like we're similar in that way. Like, I've always been easy to be coached as well. Like, when I'm in a role where somebody's coaching me, like, I'm always willing to lead or follow. It does, like, under the right leadership, you know? And that was something I recognized in Shay right away. It was, like, her work ethic. Like, she showed up to work, and she always does for training. But she'll never complain about anything unless, like, I complain first, or if I say, like I said, let's skip something, she'll be like, I'm down, you know? But otherwise, like, she'll just do anything and everything that's
no questions asked.
Which is really impressive. It's really impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, that's exactly what I had already seen in you, like, when I asked you, like, when I was like, oh, I should ask her to be my client, because I could already see it just from, like I said, that physique photo, because it's like you have to show up and be diligent and show up on the days that you don't want to and do the work when you don't want to get that kind of physique. Like there's no way around it. You can't, there's no cheat code around that.
True that.
And so so I already knew that was going to be the case with you. But yeah, when we went through that session and then when we started training, I was like, this bitch, she's the right one.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah. And it's funny too because like I think obviously, which is like a natural progression of things, like when we first started training, especially when we agreed, okay, let's just hit it every day together and all of that. I think at first it very much was like a coach and trainee dynamic.
Yeah.
But like it only took a couple weeks before it started getting silly.
Yeah. Yeah. True. I mean,
Right?
It's only been 4 months.
I know.
Since
It
then,
didn't
so.
take long for us to start getting comfortable, like just being silly, like, and, you know, pushing each other. Because at first, I would spend more time, like, looking over, like, your first reps and your first sets and stuff to make sure your form was good and you felt good with the movements. But then it got to a point pretty quickly where it was, like, we were just hitting sets together and stuff like that. And so that was really cool, too,
That was super cool.
have that, like, freedom. But,
Then it turned into a podcast.
then it turned into a podcast, and here we are. No, but it's been cool. It's really, yeah, it's been awesome. I've never had, like I said, a training partner, but I've also never had, like, a really good, like, gym community either. Like a group of people that all love lifting and getting healthier and, like, you know, are into this stuff. And
It is so nice to have
it's so cool.
all of us so into it.
Yeah. And then skipping way further ahead, when things started getting silly, so I was always filming everything because my number one thing initially was like I wanted to show your progress because I was coaching her and it was going to be for long term. So I started filming everything because I wanted to be like, okay, week 1 of her split squats compared to week 7, which we actually have that, and that's. And I bring that one up because it only took 7 weeks for Shay to go from her foot elevated really high for her split squat
With
to
a slant.
to complete flat ground.
Yeah.
Which was like
So cool.
dope.
Yeah.
And it just also like it just speaks to your like diligence in the work and like putting in the work too. Which is really cool. But so I was always starting to document things, and then like it just started to get super silly, and we would be on camera because I was always filming everything, and we just started like laughing all the time. And then I think did we suggest doing mic'd up stuff first before I made the comment about the? No, I don't think so. So I remember this one video. I should probably edit it on here, but we were doing split squats, and this is where the nickname Shay Shakes came from.
Oh yeah,
because I'll have to put the clip in. So the clip you'll see, Shay starts going like this every time she's in split squats, and I get to a point where I literally have to drop my back knee. You're shaking. And that kind of launched things, and in that day of filming, there was these 2 screenshots I grabbed and I sent her in a text, and I was like, look at our faces, like they were silly. It's actually the profile picture of all of our accounts.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's what it is now. But I sent her those photos, and I was like, man, these photos are so funny. They look like they would make a great thumbnail for a podcast episode. And that's literally how I felt, and we had never discussed anything like it before. We weren't collabing on any content or anything like that. But then she was like, might be a good idea. And I was surprised, first of all, because I was like half joking and half serious, but I like, again, was like not, I hadn't had the nerve to like say like, should we do something like that? Because that's like a way bigger commitment than just training.
Yeah.
And it's like random too. But yeah, she was like, that could be a cool idea. And then I was like, wait, is she like shooting her shot about the podcast?
Yes.
And then that was like the vibe, and I was like, maybe we should talk about it. And she was like, yeah. And then that kind of
took
the
off
rest
from
is
there.
history, honestly.
Yeah, I remember filming our content, and also just like the way that you talk so well. I was like,
sometimes.
I was like, we should do a podcast. Like, we have a lot of knowledge to share. And then you actually brought it up, and I was like,
Wait, you had already thought of us doing a podcast?
oh yeah. That's why I was like, that could be a good idea.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Definitely. And I'm pretty sure I said it to my mom, like, before.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Wait, so when I made that little half joke, you were like, holy shit, she's saying what I'm thinking, what I've been thinking?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's making my eyes water. Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's okay. The reason that this is so funny is like one thing that is like so funny about Shay and I is we're always on the same page about shit we don't even discuss.
Right.
Like I'll just get a vibe or she'll get a vibe and one of us will message the other or say it in person or whatever and we'll be like, hey, how about we do this or how about we don't do this or I didn't like whatever. And the other one's always like, yeah, me too, dude. I was thinking that. Like,
yep. It really
I'm
is.
shooketh.
Yeah.
So you already had that thought.
I did.
Was that before or after that specific video day I'm talking about?
I think it was before. I think it was like really early on. Like that I was like, we should do a podcast.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Did you want to do a podcast like already before on your own? Not like necessarily like, oh, I'm going to do a solo Shay show, but were you like, I need to get in podcast vibes? Or
I was just like, I really wanted to start a YouTube.
Oh,
yeah,
and I did too. I've wanted to for a long time.
I've always wanted to be
never
like
really like did it.
Social media influencer or whatever.
Hey,
so
let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. So I was like, we should do a podcast, and then you actually said it, and I was like, we should. Yes.
Oh my god, that's so funny because we never talked about that. I didn't know that you had already had the idea in your brain. Dude, destiny.
Yes.
Because how random is it that I like took those funny, because I was just laughing because I knew that there was funny content on those clips. Like we both knew that day we were being super silly and stuff was hard and we were laughing a lot. And so I just wanted to grab a couple of those screen grabs because I remembered like our faces being funny because we watched some of the videos back like while we were training. And then I sent you those. And like I said, I just remember being like, this would be such a funny like thumbnail for a podcast episode or like, and I was thinking YouTube as well, but it was so random, or so I thought, because I didn't know at the time that we were like always going to be on the same page.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing. But that's why it's been such a good like partnership too, because it's like was completely unexpected, unplanned in every way, shape, and form. Moved very quickly.
Yeah.
But like again, we've always been on the same page. Oh, I think I just spit on you. Sorry. Did that hit you? I saw something go. My bad.
See it.
Dude, I love that though.
Yeah.
That's so funny. And you told your mom that?
Yeah, I'm like pretty positive I told her that.
Oh, that's so funny. Wow, I didn't know that. That's so funny.
Always on the same page.
Always. Like forever.
It's crazy.
From
Imagine if you picked someone else to be your client. We would not be here.
Nope.
Maybe. Somehow.
Maybe, but it probably would have taken longer to get here or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Something would have been
You
different.
and Lily would not be falling in love right
Yeah.
now. She's full on. Her eyes are closed. Lily doesn't cuddle with just anyone.
Oh, I love
She
that.
loves ya. She loves. Oh,
So
her eyes are
sweet.
fully shut.
So
I'm really impressed. Not surprised, but thoroughly impressed. That was a good segue. I'm really happy we did that.
Yeah.
Because we didn't talk about this ever before. That's why I
Live
was like, I want to
reaction.
do first impressions and not tell each other.
We do a lot of that, like not telling each other.
We like
just show up.
to. It's so much better that way.
Hot takes, pet peeves, all of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost all of it now is unplanned, which is
True.
cool.
Yeah. It's definitely unplanned.
Did you ever see Austin Powers?
No.
Oh, never mind.
I've seen like clips from it though. But yeah, no. Never seen
It's
it.
such a terrible thought because the woman's name is Margaret. And there's this one scene where it's so gross. Mike Myers' character is like trying, Austin Powers, he's like trying not to come when he's like having sex or something. Or it's like, I don't even know if they're having sex yet. Maybe they are. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. But he's like trying not to come, and so he's trying to think of things that aren't sexy. And he goes, Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day, and he just keeps saying that. And I don't know who Margaret Thatcher is, but I looked her up, and she's like an old lady, and so he's like. Anyway, that's why I was like, it's terrible, because it's just what popped into my head. Thinking about this is where my brain goes.
Thinking about what?
That the woman who we're going to talk about's name is Margaret.
Oh.
I know. This is what ADD does in my brain. I'll like reference other things because that's, I don't know. Anyway, it's creepy. All right.
Did you start it?
Yeah, it's been rolling.
Oh.
Not all of that. Okay, shorties, you know the drill. We are moving into scary story time. So, if this is not you, although, you know what's been cute? I've had multiple people say, surprisingly, I'm starting to get into the scary stories. Mm-hmm. So, we're converting some of y'all to the dark side.
Yes.
Lily's shook it.
Yeah, she's like, what?
She's like, say what?
Say what?
Leave some innocence in the world. Oh. Lily, you're just perfect.
She is.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so we're converting some of y'all, and we're here for it. So thank you for being here for it too, because initially when we started these, we had lots of people say, I don't really know about the scary stories, and that's why we started time stamping the episodes so you could skip it. So again, if you haven't been converted yet, it's totally fine. We still love you. You're still great. You can just skip ahead. Go to the generation game, enjoy it, play along.
Yes.
Have fun.
It's going to be a good one.
Sing along, because I always sing the title.
Yeah.
Anyway, but if you are converted or needed no conversion and have been here all along, Scary Story Time is commencing. Oh, I forgot. Remind me there was a thing I wanted to do for Scary Story intro. Do it next episode.
Okay.
Okay. Great. So today's story takes place in, was it 2018?
Yes.
Or was it earlier? 2015?
16. Now you got me wondering.
I know. Wait. I forget. I don't think it was as recent as 2018.
Well, 9th. Spring of 2018.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Look at my brains. Look at the big brains on Christy. Mm-hmm. Okay, so 2018, spring fever, like I said earlier. Anyway, this took place in Wadsworth. I don't know if I'm saying that right, so I apologize if you live there. Ohio. And the story is about the unfortunate brutal murder of Margaret Douglas. She was 98 years old, lived a very long life, had high achievements of reaching 100 years old, mainly because, as we were discussing before we got on camera, that she was living fully independently. At that time, her husband had unfortunately passed away 20 years prior, and she was just loved in her community. Mm-hmm. She had good friends, family. She was like set to hit 100 years old in good health.
Mm-hmm. And she was excited for it.
She had a friend named David, who was also an older gentleman, who would help her around the house, run errands, chores, things like that. He had not heard from her in a while, so he went to her house and went inside and got no response from her. He thought maybe she would be upstairs, but he didn't want to intrude on her privacy or anything like that. So he thought it'd be better if he got a female friend or neighbor to go check in on her. So he asked a neighbor. She also did the same thing, tried to get a hold of Margaret, and didn't hear back from her. And then he kind of thought like none the wiser after that.
Yeah,
like,
he was
wasn't
just like
really concerned.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
And then it just left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what also happened was some days had passed as well that her nephew, Margaret's nephew, had not heard from her. And that was concerning because they seemed to have a lot of contact and frequent contact. So once they started to realize they couldn't get a hold of her, hadn't heard from her, they wanted a wellness check because she is elderly. She could have, gotten hurt, whatever. So they contact the police and they go to her house. And they go to her house and it's in pristine shape. It's perfectly clean. It's kept tidy the way she always kept her house, but they can't find her anywhere. And they decide to look for two things that she would never leave the house with, which is her wallet and a specific pair of shoes that she just never left the house with. So they're looking everywhere. They're not finding these items. And they're just kind of like, where could she have gone then? Because she wouldn't leave without these things and we can't find them. So she must have left. But her nephew decides to check I think it's a closet, like in the front hallway or like the foyer of the house, if you will. And he opens that closet and he sees one of those shoes from that pair of shoes that she never leaves the house without wearing. So he goes to pick it up and there is a cold foot and full body attached to it. Margaret had been stuffed in this front hallway, foyer, whatever, closet, and her body was covered with clothing and the vacuum cleaner and like stuff. So somebody killed her and like stuffed her in there. And what was more disturbing was as they, pulled the body out and started to investigate everything, her clothes were torn and she was, I don't want to say all the details because it's just so gross and awful, but you could tell that some kind of like sexual assault had happened to this poor 98-year-old woman, which is just awful.
Terrible.
Just
yeah.
So they immediately start to suspect David, the friend, just because he, like I mentioned, would come over a lot and help her, and in those times he was often alone with her, and so they thought, well, that would be like a vulnerable time. But as they investigated further, they realized that it wasn't him. And now I'm totally brain farting on how they came across the boys, because there were two boys around the neighborhood, one named Zach. Yeah,
the carjacking that happened.
Did it happen at her house?
It happened in that neighborhood.
Okay, so yeah, and there had been so there was like reports of, I think, multiple carjackings happening, right?
Right, and it was such a low crime area that the cops had thought that maybe those carjackings were connected to Margaret's murder.
Yes. So one of they knew it was two young men that were running around doing this, and one of them was a kid named Zach. I don't remember his last name. And the police were already kind of familiar with him because he was kind of in and out of trouble a lot. And then they also realized that the other person that was with him, because I think they pulled Zach in for questioning.
They did.
Yeah. And then Zach kept saying that he hadn't done anything, but he brought up his friend Gavin Ramsey.
It was all Gavin's idea to do all these things, basically, is what he said.
Yeah. And so that was the name that kept coming up. So they're like, okay, we got to find this Gavin kid. And they do get a hold of Gavin, and I don't remember if he admitted right away.
No, because there was something
How did they narrow it down that it was him?
It was because they contacted the guy that got his car jacked by Gavin. But it wasn't like a carjack, it was that grinder meetup and...
Oh.
Right.
I forgot
and that led them to,
part.
like, Gavin, mainly.
Yeah. So, little tangent, Gavin was on the Grinder app, like Shay said, and he was actually meeting up with men, like he was going to go on a date with them, and then he would rob them. And there was something weird about that. Like, he felt they deserved to be robbed because they were, like, wanting to have sex with him, but it's like, that's what the app is for. It's for... Is it just for gay men?
I don't know.
Gay people?
I think it's mostly gay men.
Okay, that's what I thought, too.
As far as I know.
Yeah, but there was something like he almost like had this weird mindset that it was like wrong or whatever. But it's
sure.
like
He did have that mindset.
people have sex.
Yeah.
Get over it, sir.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he had a series of like robbing men through this dating app, and then I guess he got reported, and that's
well. Yeah, that.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm trying to think of how they got a hold of that.
It's such a random segue.
I think what happened was there was a carjacking in that area of Margaret's house, and the police knew that there was footage
of the carjacking.
Right, of like that instance.
Oh, okay.
Because they already had the guy's car, who it was, because he did report that his car got jacked.
Got jacked.
Yeah, you know. So they brought him in, and then he told them where it happened, and the police were like, "Oh, there's security footage over there. Let's check it." And his story didn't add up at first because he had told them that he saw this kid looking pretty young, like 19, 20 years old, limping, and he was going to be a good Samaritan and like pull over and ask him if he needed help. And as soon as he asked him if he needed help, he like jacked his car or whatever.
That's right, because he got in the car.
And then drove off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what he said happened. But then the police checked the footage, and that's not what actually happened. It was that Grindr meetup. And I guess Gavin got angry because they were, like, doing it in the back of the car. And Gavin, like, got angry, and he just hopped in the front seat, told the dude to take a hike and get out of the car. And then he just drove off in the car. And the guy that got his car jacked didn't initially tell the police about the Grindr thing because he's a part of the church. And
oh, yeah, and he didn't want people to know,
that
you
he
know,
was
his
sleeping
private
with
life
men.
and
Yeah.
all of that.
Right.
Because it's not always accepted in religion and all of that, too.
Yep.
Yeah. I forgot about that till you had all the deets there. That was good. So I think the biggest thing was, like, they ended up going through his phone. And that's where all the damning evidence was.
Yeah, they called
Gavin's
him in.
phone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they called him in, interviewed him for questioning. He was very sus because all of his stories weren't adding up. And I guess they got a warrant for his phone or to look through it.
Right. At the end of that first interview, they asked his mom, because he was a minor, he's 17 years old. So his mom was with him. And they asked him about the Grindr thing, and he asked if his mom and the other detective could get out of the room while he told the lead detective, like, what happened or whatever.
But also the mom had to give consent that they could go through his phone.
Yeah.
And she was like, sure, like, whatever's on there, he's either going to have to be responsible for it or not, because she didn't really know. And he had already had kind of a history of being a troubled kid.
True.
Because he was, like, drinking a lot, doing drugs, and he also was taking medication, Zoloft.
Yep.
And other things, but I don't remember the others. I just remember Zoloft was, like, the big one they were talking about, which it's weird when medication gets involved because you're like, yes, it could play a role, but I also feel like he was already kind of twisted
And it's
for a long time anyway.
And it's also so much harder with him because he was drinking and smoking on top of the medication.
Yeah, and when they talked about that, like, he couldn't say if the medication was helping or not because he was just high and drunk all the time anyway. But anyway, so they're able to go through his phone, and they find a, like, locked or secured file on his phone that was called Dark, and the password to it was murder. Sus.
Very, very
so they
sus.
get in there, and it was early morning that he broke into Margaret's house, or was it
Night.
late? Oh, I don't know why I thought it was early morning. Anyway, so
Because it was 4 a.m. when he left her house, yeah. Because his mom gets up at 5.
oh, he's so sick. Sorry, guys, he's sick. I don't know why he targeted Margaret.
There was, like, no motive as far as that.
I think it was just like, oh, she's 98, fragile. It's an easy
like,
target.
Yeah.
But
they didn't really talk about how he scoped her out or found her either.
No,
though.
they
Yeah.
didn't. That's why I was saying that. So he decided to break into her house. She had fallen asleep on the couch that night, and in this file, this dark file, there was, like, a series of photos and videos, and the first video was him, like, creepily filming her sleeping on the couch. And then the series of events, basically, after he filmed that, he, like, went and got on top of her and choked her until she passed away. And then for about 2 hours, he assaulted her body sexually and filmed it and photographed it. And yeah, I don't even want to get into any details, but it's absolutely disgusting and horrific. And when he was done with that, he took her body and stuffed it in the closet where her body was found and covered it up and left. And one of the other things that they found on the phone was that he had opened that file and viewed all of the content, all of the photos and videos multiple times after recording that. So definitely had some sort of sick pleasure of like rewatching what he had done. And he kept a journal and was obsessed with
Ted
serial
Bundy.
killers.
Bundy.
Oh, Ted Bundy specifically,
Yeah.
yeah. And he was just, he was obsessed with serial killers and true crime and kept a journal about wanting to rape and strangle and murder someone.
Women
Specifically. Yeah.
And he even had like a list of people that he planned on doing it to.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, so he, like, this was an act that he had been wanting to enact. And no motive for the people specifically, just, I think in, like, Margaret's case, it was just somebody vulnerable that wouldn't be able to fight back very easily and all of that. Ugh, sorry, I'm grossed out right now.
No,
He was 17, you guys. That's why it's disgusting.
Yeah. Ugh, it's so gross.
He had a lot of counts. I don't remember all of it. There was definitely like robbery, breaking and entering, obviously rape, assault,
Murder.
assault on the body,
Yeah.
murder. I can't remember any other charges.
Like playing with a corpse or something like that. Like, yeah.
Disgusting.
Absolutely horrible.
And did he get the death sentence?
No, because he's
because he's underage.
Yeah, so they couldn't even try for the death penalty.
Yeah.
But they went for life without parole. His two options were life without parole or life with the possibility of parole after 20 years served.
That's crazy. Like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, I mean,
don't care how old you are. That's
100%,
sick and twisted.
100%.
It's disgusting. You're fucked
done.
up.
Yeah.
And there was something, you're probably going to remember better than me because you've already been remembering better than me in this one. There was something where they were like, because of certain actions, that they were like, there's no way he's going to be able to be rehabilitated because he had these sexual desires. Like, what is it called?
It was like sexual sadism.
Yeah, that's what it was. And they were just like, because of his desires and the way he logged it and the obsession with it, they were just like, no, like, you can't rehab somebody who has these desires and this drive. So that's why I'm like, why would you get an option of parole? I don't care if it's 20 or 40 or 60 years.
I know. I was like, what? Why would he ever get the option of parole?
He'd be 37.
Right. That is
plenty of time to still do that again, which he wanted to. He did admit, first of all, he is quoted saying that in terms of the whole event, that he didn't really feel like anything had even happened. It just was like nothing to him. And he also, easily was able to admit that he is the reason that Margaret is dead. And he also said that he, if given the chance, would kill again. He admitted all of those things.
like, in what part of that does he sound eligible for parole? None.
Not in my city.
Right.
Sir.
For real.
Yeah. It's creepy.
Yeah. And then he got sentenced to that, to life without parole.
Yeah, as it should be.
But then Ohio passed a bill that people under 18 could get on parole after 20 years served. Basically, that life sentences shouldn't be a thing for people under 18.
There should be certain crimes that there's no...
Doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah.
Because that's one. This is one of them.
100%.
I am mad for all of it, but especially because Margaret was so close to that 100-year-old mark, and she deserved to be able to live the longest life that she wanted to live, and this sick fucking little child just robbed her of that. Like, I was mad from the beginning of watching the episode.
Same.
Because I already knew, because they said 98-year-old murdered, and they started out talking about how she wanted to live to 100. She was really excited about that landmark in life. I mean, who wouldn't be? I'd like to live to 100 because I just think that's like such a cool thing of showing how healthy and able you can be, especially fully functioning, living independently. That's dope. That's dope.
So dope, yeah.
And she was dope. And he robbed her of that, and it makes me very mad.
Very, very mad. And now that Ohio passed that bill, there is a chance that he could get out on parole in like 2043 or something like that.
That's insane. I hope that her family can fight that.
They are going to fight it as best as they can, but yeah. They're like, they got closure. You know, he's behind bars, and then Ohio passes this bill, and now they're like reopened with terror. Like, they can barely sleep at night and all those kinds of things because it was such a low crime place.
Yeah.
You know, and then to have something like that happen. It was one of those places where nobody locked their doors, but now everybody does. So.
To some little twerp.
Right.
Sick little twerp.
Yeah. So sick.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Like, all of it. To his whole community.
Here we go.
You're rude. To his whole community, though. Like, first, like, terrorizing the gay community. Like, robbing people. Like, why?
And then he
people that are trying to like date.
Yeah.
Like, that's horrible.
Yeah, he's overall just seems like a horrible person.
I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah. Just let him rot.
Let him rot.
Let him rot.
Like he deserves.
Right. Like,
let him die off like this light box did.
Every time.
Yeah. I have no life anymore. They made it for like 2 full episodes. And then now it's not even do 1.
Yeah. Yeah, they're getting worse and
why?
worse.
Why are you like that? Anyway.
Yeah.
Is anything else from the story?
Those are my last thoughts on it, really.
Yeah.
Just a sick case.
It's so sick.
Super sick.
So sick. We always choose the episodes. We each choose one for the episodes that we film. And I was telling Shay, I'm like, I don't know how I always end up choosing, like, the sickest, darkest ones. Yes. Literally, the sickest, darkest ones that I've gone over have been my picks.
Yeah.
I chose it because I was like, you know, it's shocking when you see that it's, like, such a young person. But I had no idea how disgusting and horrible this one was going to be. If you're interested, as always, the episode to 10 to Life will be linked below. So if you want to go get the full details of that episode, it's just under an hour for this one, but it's packed with the sickness. So that's why I leave a lot of the details out, because it's hard to hear, and I choose not to share them. We choose not to share them here because we know that for some of you it's already a lot that you're even watching this little segment. So for those of you that want to go into the darker side and get all the details, always feel free to go watch the episodes. That's why we link them in the description box. But yeah, I choose to not share them here just because it's already a lot just talking about the general basis of the crimes.
True.
So, yeah. That's that.
That is that.
Okay, before any of you say anything, we know the box light always goes out, okay? Just like, you know it, we know it. We don't need to talk about it, okay? We're bootstrapping, okay? That's why we got hand-drawn signs.
Yeah.
We're using our own minimal equipment, okay? We're bootstrapping, so...
Straws.
Yeah, metal straws for microphones. Yes. Like, don't... Just mind your business, okay? Mind your business.
Keep it to yourself.
Yeah. Keep your comments to yourself. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's what all our moms taught us. Okay? Okay? Anyway, now we're moving on to the funnest part of every episode, the generation game.
Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo. You know you've been waiting for this.
Yes. And the time has come.
The time has come.
So I'm quizzing Christy today.
Today it's me.
Yes, because she's 39.
I'm up there.
And I'm 22.
My age is up.
Actually, by the time you guys watch this, I'm going to be 23.
What?
Actually, by the time they watch the next episode, I'm going to be 23.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
Monday.
True. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Shay's growing up so fast.
All right. All of mine are images today. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
All right. First image up.
I totally recognize her. Oh. I'm upset.
You don't remember?
I don't remember her name or anything, but I totally know who this is.
Kim Possible?
Yes.
Yes. You know.
I never like watched it or got super into it because it was like after my time of like, I don't know, being that age to like watch
enjoy it, really.
But I knew exactly who she was when you showed it to me.
Okay.
But I couldn't remember her name.
Okay.
So I'm upset because that's a point that I don't get.
It doesn't count. Yeah, that was just like a show that I watched all the time. I also had the DS and Game Boy version of the game.
Okay.
Super fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain to the people the like synopsis of the show and stuff if they don't know.
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
Because anyone that's my age is not gonna know.
I mean, it was like an adventure show. So it was like Kim Possible. She had a sidekick, but I can't remember his name. And it was a guy. And they would just go through all these adventures. It was like kind of defeating crime.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cute.
That was it. Okay. Image number 2.
Oh, Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh.
Joy Boy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. That's
Science rules.
Oh, shit. We nailed that. Let's go.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah,
so you guys
Bill
had
Nye's
Bill Nye?
tight. Yeah. I can't believe you thought. This is another one where she thought she had it before us, y'all.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
So you guys watched Bill Nye?
Yeah.
In science class?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bill Nye's been around.
Bill Nye has been around
Bill
then.
Nye's
I
been
mean,
around. That was a good one, though.
I was like, yeah. He's just like a science teacher.
He's a goofy guy.
Yeah.
He makes it silly and fun.
Right.
Go ahead.
He taught science in like a silly and fun way.
See, always on the same page.
Yeah.
Always on the same page. Oh, okay. That was a good one.
I don't think you're going to get this one.
Oh, that's rude. Ooh. Is it about a part of it or the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Is it a Krabby Patty?
Ah.
Shoot, I've never even seen that version of it, but I was like, it
Okay,
kind of looks like a Krabby Patty.
Well,
I got it. Did you see her kind of take away from me?
She kind of got it, and then she took it away from herself.
Nah.
Because she said that she doesn't
Nah.
know this version. This
Yeah,
version is
because that looks like a real life version, not the cartoon.
Right. This is...
Bro, I got it. She's being rude.
Fine.
I got it.
It's the gummy Krabby Patty. And
Like,
they came...
is it a gummy for kids? Like you eat it?
Yes.
Okay, then I
Yeah.
didn't get it. I didn't know that.
I was telling you.
I didn't know it was like a treat.
It was a treat. These were like my favorite desserts when I was young. They're like a little dessert. Like
Does it come
that.
like?
It comes in
Does it
its...
come apart?
Yeah.
What?
Super fun. I was like that. I would take the bun off, eat the bun.
I
Take
feel like
the lettuce off, eat the lettuce.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How big are they?
Really small.
I feel
this
like I
big.
should get a half point.
Fine. Half
Come
point.
on.
Half point.
Come on.
Half point. That's
All right.
it, though.
Lily,
Yeah.
Lily, see, Lily's mad at you.
Yeah, I know. She left
She's
me.
like, you're being rude. Just
I
kidding.
can sense it. Yeah, okay.
Come
Well,
on, especially because you thought I wasn't finna get it at all.
Yeah, I
I
was surprised
guessed
you
it
got
well.
Krabby Patty. So you watched SpongeBob.
Yeah, duh.
Oh.
I was just
almost did
another
SpongeBob as
thing
the funny
that you
thing.
thought you all invented. I grew up to SpongeBob.
Oh.
Like, I mean, I think I was maybe slightly older than like what the expected age group would be, but SpongeBob
I
is
can
a
watch
little
SpongeBob
spicy.
now.
SpongeBob's a little spicy for kids. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like the booty
sure.
cheeks bouncing and
For
stuff.
sure. There was a lot of
Inappropriate.
stuff like that
Inappropriate.
that they would add in.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that show was like created in Humboldt.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Or wrote by a guy that went to Humboldt or something like
Really?
that. Something like that.
I
yeah.
did not know that. I'll look it up and insert it if I
Yes.
find that
Yes.
info. That's cool. That was a good one. Good job.
This one I edited a little bit. I just scratched out the name.
That's fair.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh. It's an easy bake oven. Girl.
Yeah.
Again. She's trying to steal from our generation and say that they made this shit up.
Isn't that funny though? Because
I had an easy bake oven. Mine's was pink.
I had one too. It looked actually just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's was pink though, right there.
Mine was blue like that.
But the
And then it
handle
had
and the
all
little
those
trays.
things.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's tight that you had one too, though,
Yeah.
because that was legit.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because whatever I am, Gen Z. Yeah, Gen Z.
You know better than me.
The like first half of Gen Z is said to be like almost millennial.
Yeah, nearly like
yeah,
kinda
because
overlaps.
and that's funny because so many
so
of my
funny.
things do, and I'm like, oh, we created that, and you're like, no, we
I'm
did
like,
it
no,
first.
bitch. That's so funny. I love that.
This one, 100% not gonna get. I'm betting on it right now.
It's super rude when you do this. All right, show me.
Last one. No. No way. You don't know.
No, I don't. It's a logo,
Uh-huh.
right? I love you're like, you don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
I
well.
feel annoyed because I feel like when you say it, I'm going to be like, I have seen that before. Go off.
It's Musically. Oh, still don't know.
Don't know it.
Still don't know.
Musically.
Funny. It was literally TikTok.
Funny. Funny.
Funny. It was literally TikTok.
No.
What? Yeah.
No, you put no context. You just say it like so boldly.
Yeah.
With so much gusto,
Look.
and then you just leave it hanging. All of us are sitting out there, even your people are out there being like,
No, my people are like, yeah. My people say yeah in the comments. You know what I'm talking about.
my people.
Musically turned into TikTok. So it's like literally the same app.
Oh.
Like it just changed to TikTok.
Huh.
Musically was only lip syncing.
Oh, okay.
So and it was a lot of like moving the camera, like
Oh, interesting.
trying to do stuff like that.
Never
I did
ever heard of
Musically.
it.
A
Oh,
lot.
God. I want to see videos.
I don't have any because like Musically got deleted.
Dang.
Turned into TikTok.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, if it got deleted, how did it just turn into TikTok?
I don't like know I think like I don't know exactly.
You need to come with better explanations next time.
No.
Yeah, because everybody out there,
No,
my
like,
people are wondering.
Musically literally just turned into TikTok. Like it just switched. In 2014 it was Musically, and then at some point it switched to TikTok. But Musically, all the people on TikTok that were like, whoa, how are they famous? It was because they were famous on Musically, and it just switched to TikTok. So now they were TikTokers instead of like Musicallyers.
and they could dance.
Yeah. And they could dance and they could lip sync. And it's funny because, like, now if you see somebody lip syncing.
That's one of Lily's dog friends. His name's Buddy.
Buddy?
Yeah, and he's really cute.
He
and
was so cute.
They play just like her and Groot do.
Oh.
Yeah, and the guy is really nice, the owner. I think he's like a mechanic or something.
Aw.
Not important information, but just saw my nabes.
I know, I'm still watching them. Yeah.
Interesting.
It just turned.
I did pretty good this game. You okay?
Did you? What'd you get? Half a point?
Half the things
Oh,
you
yeah,
brought up
you're
were
right.
from my generation.
You're right. Easy Bake. You got Easy Bake.
I half a point got Krabby Patty. I got, what else was there? I already forgot. We both.
You didn't get Kim Possible.
No, but I had seen her.
And.
What was
Oh, you
the
got
other
Bill
one?
Nye.
Yeah, Bill Nye. Bill Neasy.
Okay, so you got like 3 out of 5.
That's more than half.
You got 2.5 out of 5. So you actually
Oh, I
literally
literally got
half.
half.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's better than I've done because a lot of the times you bring in shit from like school and I'm like, how am I ever going to know that? Because I was already an adult.
Bill Nye was from school.
Yeah, but my school.
Well, how am I supposed to know if it's from your school or my school? I'm just getting stuff.
No,
from...
but you did like Yaga, which was like a game you guys played. Like, I'm never going to come across that as an adult already.
Well, you could have heard of it.
No, how would I hear of it?
Younger niece, not younger niece.
Younger.
Younger.
You just say words.
Yeah.
And just like one by itself, and that's.
Yeah, I do. Because in my head, it's like clear. I get it. I already got it.
Yeah.
But out loud, it needs more
It's
explanation.
like you just say half of what you think.
It's the whole
part of it.
It's the whole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Younger niece.
Younger. Funny.
Whatever.
Oh, well, that's a wrap, yeah?
Yeah.
Another amazing, fantastic, entertaining, funny episode of a very cool podcast.
Yes, episode 7.
Thank you for watching as always. Shay, tell the people what to do.
If you like this video, please
Pretty please.
give it a like. I definitely yelled.
Put
in
that
the mic.
cherry on top. She's yelling. She's back to yelling.
Yeah.
again. It's been a long week.
And don't please comment down below what you want to see from us in the future, because we really want to hear from you guys. So let us know in the comments below, and also share it with your friend, with one of your friends, and all
Only
of your
one.
friends. Yeah, because we know you only got one.
Loser.
Share it with everybody.
And not like your imaginary friend, because they don't have a YouTube account. So
Yeah.
don't.
Honestly, don't even share it with your friend. Just take their phone and subscribe.
Made me like spit here. I don't even know that was possible.
Take your grandma's phone, your brother's phone, your auntie, your mama, your brother, your sister, and subscribe to our channel. So
Break into your neighbor's house, steal their phone, subscribe. Okay,
Yeah.
don't commit any crimes.
Not on our account.
Not on our watch.
Yeah.
Not on our crime watch.
Yes.
What about all the other things? Like, did you say all
I said that.
Comment,
Yeah.
bell,
No.
hit the notification,
Smack that bell.
smack it.
Hit that notification.
Little backhand action. Probably better if you just use your index finger pad, but you know what we're saying. The notification bell tells you every time we drop gold, which is at least once a week, unless you're starting to follow our shorts, which is going to be multiple times a week. Mm-hmm. So just get hip with it. Mm-hmm. That's all I have to say.
Yes. Hit that subscribe button. We need all the subscribers.
Do it.
Yes, we're trying to hit
Do
100 subscribers.
Yeah.
So come on, guys. We got to pick it up.
Yeah.
We got to pick it up.
Quit slacking, because we're doing our part. Mm-hmm. We're doing our part every week. No.
I was, gonna give it like, I don't know.
I'm laughing so hard, it's just silent. Oh my gosh. All right, well, we were not on the same page there. You know what it seemed like? I mean, it's kind of fucked up, but you know those ads for like little children in other countries, and they're like, give them your money, like you send them money. That's. I feel like you were trying to turn our podcast into one of those commercials.
I was trying to guilt trip them into subscribing.
Yeah, you were like, you need to put a little dirt on your face and act hungry. Like you were about to cry. All right, don't make Shay cry, you guys, because I can't deal. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, don't make Shay cry. Please let us end this episode right now. She won't stop. Okay, please subscribe so that Shay stops crying. She won't.
Please. It's getting better now.
Oh, gosh. So emotional. All right. Okay. Thanks, guys. We love you
So much.
Bye.
Peace.